Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Janae and this is Nene's Crafting Corner. I am just picking up where I left off on the Chuck Pinson Space for Reflection from the last time I did what I like to call the earthquake video for Mrs. Crochet and Coffee's tag that I did out in the living room because my husband was yeah. Anyway, so thank you all for coming back. If you are a returning friend, and if you're new here, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the crazy, as I like to call it. So what I'm working on tonight is Chuck Pinson, Space for Reflection by Diamond Art Club. So yeah, let's just jump right in and get going. Let's see. So I even took some notes about what happened over the week because I get forgetful and I can never remember. So on Monday I did a set of nails, and then I recorded the most recent video that I put up. That was working on the Dominic Davison. Monday I worked 10 hours. Wait, did I work a full 10 on Monday? I had so there's only, in my office at work, there's only 4 gals. So there's myself and 1 gal that works during the daytime. And then there's 2 gals that work in the nighttime and do all the billing for the freight that we picked up that day. So one of the gals was out sick last week, and so we all kind of picked up the slack. So yeah, I worked pretty late. Well, not pretty late. I worked, I think, until about 6:30, 7 o'clock that night. And I mean, that sounds like a lot. I go in at 9. But to put it into perspective, a couple years ago, almost 2 now, I was working 12-hour shifts before we hired the 4th girl, just because I was working. Sorry, I'm having struggles with my drills already. That's not boding very well for me. But a couple years ago, before we hired the new girl, I was working 12-hour shifts 5 days a week because I was already working 2 jobs, and so they offered me the extra hours because we had a gal quit, so I didn't have to work 2 jobs. I mean, so anyway, so I did that for a couple of years. So I mean, 9-10 hours isn't terrible. But anywho, yeah, so I worked those hours, and I came home and I did a set of nails. Recorded the video, got it uploaded, and I don't know what the deal is with YouTube lately, or if it's maybe just my internet connection. I don't know, but it took that video, let's see, I recorded it, I think about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and I think it was under an hour or just close to the hour mark, and that thing took forever to upload, like well into Tuesday. I don't think is when until it uploaded. It's crazy. And then and the one I did for Mrs. Crochet and Coffee's tag questions, the super earth shaky one that I kept hitting the camera. That took forever to upload too. I don't know. Maybe it is my internet connection. I don't know. But anyway, so that was Monday, fairly uneventful. My weekdays are fairly uneventful, although let's be honest, my weekends are fairly uneventful either. Anyway, Tuesday was rather uneventful. I did try something new with my hair. I'm not very adventurous when it comes to my hair. Like, my hair lives in a ponytail. And so I did, and I'll insert a picture of my hair, what I did to it. I totally copied one of my sisters because she does it with her hair, but I think her hair is thinner than mine and it's not as long, and so, I mean, it looked cute, but the desired effect that I was looking for was not there. But I'll have to keep playing around with it. But I basically pulled my hair up into two, well, they weren't pigtails. They were, girls are gonna know what I'm talking, you gals are gonna know what I'm talking about. You know when you pull your hair up into a ponytail, but you don't quite pull it all the way through, so it's that like floppy bun thing? Anyway, I did two of those, and then I kind of did like a messy bun kind of a look. One of my coworkers said I look like Princess Leia with the buns, but which, I mean, I kind of did, I guess. But I liked it. It was cute. Owner of the company said I looked cute, so I mean, that's always nice to hear, right? And not to say that, like, Tim doesn't ever tell me I look cute or pretty or whatever. He does. He's really good about it, but I don't know. Something about, at least for me, something about, not really a complete stranger, because he's not. I mean, I've known him for what, almost 5 years now. But I don't know. I tend to take compliments from other people a lot better than I do from people that I've known for a long time, because I have this weird, like, and again, I don't know if I am the only one that does this, then that's fine. I can accept that, but I almost feel like people, and I know that this is in my head, like, I want to be very clear. I know that this is in my own head and it's not really true, but I have a hard time sometimes, like, believing it. Like, but anyway, so, like, words are hard, I'm sorry. We'll just take Tim for an example. Tim tells me I look really good. I mean, it makes me feel good and it makes me happy, but at the same time, I'm like, ugh, he's just saying that because he has to, because he's, married to me, right? Or if a family member tells me that I look good, I'm like, ugh, they're just saying it because they have to, because they're my insert relation, right? Or is that just me? I also have a hard time, like, believing that people actually like me. Like, oh, they're just being nice to me because they don't want to hurt my feelings. Like, even my own family members, like my brothers and sisters, they're just hanging out with me out of sympathy. Like, they feel bad for me. Isn't that horrible? I don't know when that started, and I don't know why it started, but it was just, oh gosh, I'm struggling today. I'm driving the struggle bus today. But anyway, I don't know why my brain, like, started doing that all of a sudden. I don't know when, but it's, like, super annoying. It's almost like I feel like I'm an imposter in my own life. I don't know. It's really weird. But anyway, so I tried something new with my hair, which again is not, like, some people might not think that's very, like, big and exciting, but for me it is. Because my hair, like I said, usually just lives in a ponytail. The end. Forever and ever, amen. Because I just don't know how to do hair. I don't know how to do my hair. And I'm okay with that. Like, I've had this struggle my whole life. And it's fine. I accept it. Wednesday, I started my first N.C.C order on Gabby's website. I need to go finish it. And I was looking on there, and I think I might just do it, but you can now have like a subscription, and I think it was once a month, every other month, and then I think once every 3 months, I think, were the options for the subscription. So what it sounds like is you basically pick out however many bars or products or whatever that you want, smells, whatever, and then you say, hey, I want this delivered to me every month, or I want this delivered to me every other month, or every 3 months, or whatever. And it looks like it's just the cost of the product, from what I'm understanding. Like I said, I was just kind of glancing at it at work and starting my order. And it also said on there that if they discontinue a bar and it's on your subscription, they will continue to make it for you since it's on your subscription. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I need to go in and finish that. And I just switched out my Scentsy smells. I try to do it once a week. So what I am smelling today is, again, from their Disney collection. And I need to check my, make sure that I'm in camera here, or in frame. But today we are smelling, it's an Aladdin scent. It's called 3 Wishes. Obviously, it's the genie. I did not see this one on their website anymore, so I think it was just a summer one. But it smells, I don't know, it's blue. Oops. It smells, I don't know, fruity, kind of musky. I don't know. I'm really bad at what it smells like game. But so that's what I'm smelling today, and Gabby's information will all be linked below. So yeah, I'm excited to finish that subscription and get it going. I was gonna, talk to Tim about it, but then Gabby came over the other day, and I was kind of telling her about it, and she's like, oh yeah, it's a great idea. And I was like, oh, I was going to talk to Tim about it, because Tim was in the same room, and he's like, whatever you want to do. So I was like, perfect. So we'll get that going. Maybe mix it up and get some different bars than I normally do. She was kind enough to give me her sample pack so I could smell all the smells for the, it's the winter fall collection. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on what I've ordered, and we'll just keep doing the once a week, what am I smelling? And I know I mentioned it the last time I did a video, but I thought about, instead of just calling this a plain old whip and chat, which is there's nothing wrong with that, but I wanted to name it a cute thing, and so I was thinking about calling it Watch Me Whip, Work in Progress, WIP, and I'm Nene, huh? Play on that song that I can never remember who sings it, but Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nene, which, for the record, I really don't like that song because it's the most annoying song on the planet, and friggin' ruined my nickname. But I thought it would be a cute little play on words, since that's already my nickname, Nene. So let me know what you think below in the comments. Wednesday also was fairly uneventful at work, which is good. Don't get me wrong. I like the uneventful days. I like to get in, get out, get done as fast as I can. Thursday, Tim and I, because I, again, worked late, well, later than normal, Tim and I went on a little date to the Olive Garden. It's one of our favorites, and I know there's probably not a lot of people, I mean, like, my dad doesn't like the Olive Garden, but I freaking love it. I love Alfredo. I love their Alfredo is really what it boils down to. Their Alfredo and their breadsticks. And I found a knockoff recipe on Pinterest for their Alfredo, and it is pretty darn cute and close. And it actually is really yummy if you let it, like, simmer all day. Oh, so good. So yeah, he and I went on a little date night, had a nice night out, hit Hobby Lobby, because I was looking for, magnets, because I made some more of the, these here, let me get in frame here, diamond button cover minders. And then you probably can't see it very good. Let me see if I can, well, I'll just pull it off here. It's a little dog paw. Also a button that I snapped I can't remember what they're called, but the little, piece that you hook the thread through to attach the button. I clipped that off and just made a little cover minder out of it because I love the paw prints. I love dogs. Obviously, I have two. Friday, again, fairly uneventful at work. We came home. I don't even remember what we did for dinner that night. I have to dwell on that for a minute. But, I hopped into Mrs. Crochet and Coffee's live and just listened to it while I, diamond painted. And Tim played his game. Which is fine. That's the story of our lives, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely like it that way. My life is uneventful, and I like it that way. I'm a creature of habit. Let's see. Get a different color real fast before I pick up on my train of thought here. Saturday was probably our most eventful day. Started off the morning. I woke up before Tim did because he was up later than I was playing games, which again is fine. So I woke up and I diamond painted for a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I mean a few hours before Tim woke up. And then because he wasn't feeling so hot, I ran and got some hot cocoa from Dutch Bros. And I took, I don't know if it's out of the state of Utah, if it's a Utah only company or not, I don't know. But it's a coffee shop. And most coffee shops I don't like. Starbucks, I do not like their cocoa because it tastes like coffee. And I don't drink coffee anymore. And even when I did drink coffee, there was so much like sugar and creamer and stuff in there that you couldn't taste the coffee. I don't like the taste of coffee, which I know is really weird because I drink coffee, but it wasn't for me. I drank the frappuccinos, like caramel frappuccino. Oh, so good. But anyway, so I avoid coffee shops just because their cocoa tends to taste like coffee. At least that's what I found at like Starbucks. But Dutch Bros, their cocoa is so good. It's like rich and creamy, and it's like chocolate milk. I wonder sometimes if they just heat up chocolate milk and put different flavors in it, like the peppermint and stuff. I really wonder that sometimes. Because it's just that good. It's like creamy chocolate milk. So if anybody knows, hey, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious. Curious minds would like to know. But I took Blue with me, and I should have taken a picture. I had him in the front seat with me, and then he proceeded to take himself to the back seat. I don't know if it's just because he felt safer back there, or I don't know. But he exiled himself to the back seat. And the barista, when I got to the window to pay and pick up the cocoa, she was practically hanging out the window, and it was the funniest thing ever, because she's like, can you pull up more so that your dog can smell me? And I was like, of course, and she's like hanging out the window, petting him and loving on him, and she's like, does he want a puppuccino? And so for those of you that don't know, a puppuccino, they just take a cup and put whipped cream in it for the doggies. And he was in seventh heaven with that. And yeah, she was just super cute with him, and it was super funny to me just watching her hang out the window petting the dog. But in all honesty, if that were me in her shoes, I would totally be doing the same thing. I would totally hang out the window to pet the doggy. But yeah, so that was kind of fun. And then I went and picked up just a breakfast burrito for Tim and I to share, because Beto's, Rancheritos, whatever you want to call it, they have really yummy breakfast burritos, but they're huge. So I just got one and then cut it in half for Tim and I to share. So that was fun. And then that day we just kind of hung around the house and diamond painted and played games. I diamond painted, he played games. I watched some documentaries. I am such a nerd for documentaries, but I won't watch just any documentary. My go-to documentaries tend to be sorry, I'm trying to find another color, so bear with me while I find a color, because I go in numerical order, the DMC number order. No, these. Yeah, so that's how we spent most of our day. And then my niece, one of my nieces is 13, and so she's in middle school or junior high, depending on where you're from in the country or in the US. So she's 13, so she's in 7th grade, and her school decided to put on a play, which is great, and she was brave enough to try out for it, and they put on a production of Grease, which completely shocked me, because that movie was initially made, I mean, I think it's a stage play too, but that was initially, at least the movie, with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John and Stockard Channing, and anyway, that was made in 1978, and granted, it wasn't until I was an adult that I actually realized what those lyrics said. That's a dirty, right? It's a dirty movie. The lyrics are so... Sorry, I always forget to turn off that bloody alarm. So it stops recording when an alarm goes off, and I totally forgot to put my phone on vibrate too. Anyway, oh, Grease, that's what I was talking about. So Larissa tried out for the part of Rizzo because my brother-in-law Jeremy calls her Rizzo. He has called her that since she was a baby. But so I went into this play with very low expectations. In fact, I told Tim, I said, just remember, it's middle school. It's gonna suck. But we're here to support Larissa, right? Guys. And I know that I'm a big fat jerk for saying this, but about 10 minutes in, I wanted to scrub my brain because I was like, I can't unsee this. Like, it was bad. Again, I know that they're just middle school kids and I shouldn't be that rough on them. But I guess they barely had enough boys try out or whatever to fill the position of the greasers. And so, and it's, I don't know. I know that they're all, going through puberty and their voices are not, fully matured and they're squeaky and they can't hold the notes as long. I get all of that, but my expectation just plummeted through each, and it was very hard to follow just because, you're used to seeing the movie with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. It was almost like they just, shuffled all the pages together. Like, when I thought that the thing was almost over because they were at the high school dance for the dance-off, with Vince Fontaine, I was like, okay, it's almost over. Nope, we still had, a good 45 minutes after that. I was like, okay, is it over yet? And again, I know how much of a jerk I sound, okay? It's not being lost on me. But the whole reason I went was for Larissa, and as a little extra dancing girl, Larissa did really, really good. She ended up dancing with another girl because they did not have enough guys to fill the parts. She's like, they barely had enough guys to fill the greasers. And I was like, oh my, there's 4 of them. In the movie, I think there's 5, because there's Danny, Kanicki, Putsy, Sunny. I can't remember the other one, but there's another one. So, anyway. But it was interesting. It was good. She did a good job, so I was glad we went for her sake, but after that I was like, I need to go home and watch the normal one because, wow, it's bad. It was really bad. I think my brother had the right idea. He fell asleep. But anywho, let's see. Then after the play was over, so it was Tim and I that went, my brother Drew and his daughter Casey, Kieran and her fiance Mikey, Gabby and Christopher, and Erica. And then Gabby and Christopher brought Spencer and Zachary. So Erica, Kieran, Christopher, Larissa, Spencer, and Zachary, they're all siblings. So after that was all over with, Christopher, Gabby, Larissa, Spencer, Zachary, myself, and Tim, we all went to a, sorry, I'm getting distracted with talking and not looking for another number. We all went to a local creamery called Leatherby's. And if you are in Utah, in the Salt Lake Valley, and you have never been to Leatherby's, you need to go. Do not walk, run. It's So yummy. It's way yummy. They're known for their ice cream and their like chocolate fudge and stuff, but their caramel is so good. It tastes like liquid Werther's. I just happen to have, because I'm a little old lady, I happen to have some. So it's like they melted down these candies. Oops. Right? You know these candies? They're so yummy. In fact, I think I have my ice cream still left over. Maybe having that as a reward after this. But anyway, so we went and had dinner and ice cream after the play, and it was really funny because Larissa said that they were doing another like little cast party where they go to like Arctic Circle and have like dinner and ice cream or whatever. And Christopher was like, well, why didn't you go? Why didn't you go be with your friends? And she's like, well, I wanted to go with you guys. And he's like, you'd much rather be with your family than your friends? And she's all, well, yeah. And he's like, well, that's weird. I'm all, you wouldn't rather be with your friends or with your family than your friends? He's like, well, not when I was her age. Her age, I would have picked my friends hand down over my family every day of the week. I'm all, I see how it is. I see you. But no, I get it. But I thought it was sweet that she's like, no, I want to be here with you guys. It was very cute. And Christopher was very confused. But yeah, we had a good time. Had lots of French fries, had lots of ice cream. My favorite there is, they call it the Karen's Small Sundae. And it's 2 scoops of ice cream, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I will insert a picture of the ice cream. I mean, I had taken a few bites out of it and I shared with Zachary because he's a child after my own heart. He likes just plain vanilla ice cream. But I did put caramel on it, so he didn't eat a whole lot of it because he doesn't like sauce on top of it. Zachary very much just likes vanilla ice cream with whipped cream. Sorry, looking for a color again. Nope. That arrow. Nope. Anyway, Spencer got just plain chocolate ice cream, and he was probably the most boring next to me. So yeah, and because the play didn't get done, let's see, the play started at 7, so it didn't get done until 9 o'clock. We didn't get to Leatherby's until like 9:30, 9:45, because they always have a wait, like out the door kind of a wait. So we did not leave Leatherby's until like 11:30 at night. It's fine. Tim and I came home and went. Wait, did we? No, he came home and he played his game for a little bit longer, and I diamond painted until about 1 o'clock, and then I was like, okay, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. And he didn't come to bed, I don't think, until like 6. Yeah. But again, he's working opposite shift this month, so it's probably better that he did stay up that late, just so he, you know, he could get used to that. Let's see, and then Sunday, I woke up before him, but I guess I didn't really sleep in because I went to bed so late, but I didn't get up until like 10. I didn't wake up until like 10:30, which is unheard of for me. I'm usually early to bed, early to rise kind of a gal, but not Saturday night. I guess I was just so pumped up on sugar. I don't know. So Sunday, let's see, I got up and I know you're going to be shocked. I diamond painted until Tim woke up around 1. And I watched some more documentaries. My go-to documentaries tend to be like World War II. I'm oddly obsessed with Nazi Germany, and not like I'm okay. Words are failing me right now. When I say I'm obsessed, I mean it boggles me, the whole thing. Like, I understand how it happened, because Hitler was not radical from the very beginning. It's the whole frog in boiling water kind of a thing. Like, I get that. But it just blows my mind. I'm very fascinated by Anne Frank and who betrayed them. Because, I mean, they had to have been betrayed because they had like a solid plan, you know what I mean? They went undetected for 2 years. 2 years! Anyway, so the whole, so those are my go-to documentaries, just about anything that has to do with Hitler. I won't watch anything, but just about anything. And his henchmen and all of that. I've been watching a lot of documentaries on Amazon Prime about ancient Egypt. That's another thing that really fascinates me, is the ancient Egyptians. I will occasionally also watch documentaries on, like, the Bible. Like, I just watched one on, let's see, what was it called? It was on Amazon Prime, and it was called Who Wrote the New Testament? And as I've mentioned before, I am of the Christian faith. So I do believe that Jesus was the Savior for our sins and all of that. I'm not going to get too deep into that, because this is not the time or the place or the platform for all of that. But anywho, I find it interesting to watch those kinds of things, and it's not that, like, I'm questioning my faith or anything. It's more of I'm very curious about the scholarly aspect of it, and how they, figure these things out, I guess, so to speak, and where these events actually took place, because they can actually find, I think I started watching one last night called The Naked Archaeologist, I think is what it was, and they had, the first episode, they were talking about the Philistines, and they actually have excavated what they believe is an actual site of the Philistines in, I can't remember where, because geography's not my thing, which I realize is ironic because I'm in the trucking industry. But, yeah, just different things like that is what I gravitate toward. I also started watching on Hulu. I'm just try and finish up these last few symbols. It was, I can't remember what it was called, because it was a while ago that a few months ago that I started watching it, but I started watching documentaries on, like, child brides, like child trafficking. Well, not trafficking, it was child brides. Like, these poor women were, like, molested as children, and, like, this one gal, I can't remember where exactly she was, but she was in the South somewhere, like, I want to say it was like Georgia or something, but I could very much be remembering wrong. And she was molested by the deacon of her church from like the age of, I think she said 9. I think she ended up like marrying him, and they had like 8 kids together. She was married, I think she said, like at the age of 11 to this guy, and he was like in his 20s. And like I said, they had a lot of kids. They had a number of kids together, and just those kinds of things where there were these children, child brides, and I was just mortified that was happening in the United States. And it's like completely legal, depending on what state you're in. And like they get away with it with loopholes and stuff, and it just makes me sick and frustrated and angry. Anyway, that's what I like to watch in my free time when I'm not watching YouTube. Actually, this was before I, in fact, I think I started watching them in the spring, so it was before I even started diamond painting. So I wasn't watching any YouTube videos, I wasn't diamond painting, I was just binging TV. So yeah, that's what I do in my spare time. And that was basically my whole week in review. Sorry, like I said, I'm just going to try and finish up this small section so that I can start a new section with you guys next time I work on this canvas. I was working on my mystery so that I could get that done and out of the way, but I actually put that one on hold indefinitely because it's just ticking me off first and foremost. And for no particular reason, it's just annoying the crap out of me. Where is this? How did I miss that symbol all the way up there? But so I've been working really hard and a lot on the Dominic Davison, which is the square one. It's the Crystal Lake Cabin. So that when my Black Friday order ships and gets here, I can kit up and work on but I can kit up and get ready the Alice in Wonderland for Life with Lindsay's event in January, the Alice in a Winter Wonderland. I'm very excited to do that. It's going to be my first diamond painting event, and I don't know if I'm going to do any more just because I was looking at the spreadsheet, and I might have to contact the people directly just to see because looking at just like the event name and who's hosting, I don't know what that event, like I don't know what kind of canvas I need for that event. And I'm not quite sure if I want to buy any more canvases right away. Because I've already got, let's see, I'm working on this one. I'm working on the Dominic Davison one. I have 2 that I bought at Hobby Lobby. I know another one is Chuck Pinson, and then another one is, I can't remember the name of the artist, but they're both Diamond Art Clubs. I have those 2, and then I have the Alice. Let's see, Who killed the rabbit? And then I have the 2 Randall Spanglers coming. It's, I think Who Killed the Rabbit was Simona Cardini. So I have those 3 coming, so that means I'll have, aside from the 2 that I'm working on right now, I'll have 5 in my stash, and they're all big paintings. They're not small by any stretch of the imagination. And I don't particularly like rushing through a canvas, obviously. But I also don't want to have 500 that I've started and I haven't finished, you know? Does that make sense? Anyhow, I should have looked and see what time my thing cut off at. we're at 20 minutes now. Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about it. I've got 2 more symbols to do in this section, and then we'll call it a night. Let's see. How are y'all doing with the impending festivities that are left in the month of December? I believe Hanukkah just wrapped up, I think is what Lindsay was saying just the other day. I think it was just last night, actually. Was the last night of Hanukkah. So then we've got Christmas. I think we've got Kwanzaa. Like I said, I'm Christian, so I'll be celebrating Christmas. And I try very hard to be mindful of other people's religions and everything, and their holidays that are through the month of December. Because I was one of those jerks that, like, and granted, it was feeding off of my mother's ignorance. Well, no, maybe not ignorance. I don't know. But I just remember her always saying, I hate that they say happy holidays because it's Christmas. That's what we celebrate in December is Christmas. And I get that. But, the older I get, the more I realize, like, there's more than just Christmas in December. Sometimes there's Hanukkah, depending on how their calendar falls. There's Kwanzaa, and I think there's a couple different other ones too. And it's very arrogant, maybe? Maybe arrogant's the word I'm looking for. I'm not quite sure the word I'm looking for. Like I said, the English language is failing me right now. But we'll just use arrogant, for lack of a better term. To say that, it's Merry Christmas. Like, there's other holidays. And I will ever so politely tell my mother just that. There's other holidays, Mom. Like, it's not just Christmas. Just because that's what you celebrate does not mean, like, you need to be hurting people's feelings and making them angry or whatever. Anyway, enough about that. I do have, for the first time in my life, all of my Christmas shopping done, aside from Tim, which I will get done next couple of weeks because I can buy it all locally. And this is the first year ever in my life that I have my shiznit together for Christmas, and it feels wonderful. So I'll probably start. My sister's. Oh, that's all done. My sister does actually, it's her in-laws, really. They rent out their local church for 2 days, and they set up their local church building. They set up tons of boxes and gift wrap paper and tissue paper and tags and ribbons and bows and all kinds of crap. Tape and scissors. They basically furnish everything that you would need to wrap a gift, and they call it a wrap party. And they will bring snacks for everybody to munch on. So you just bring all your Christmas presents and you just wrap. And then by the time, you're ready to leave or whatever, all your Christmas presents are wrapped, which is a great idea. I've just never really been prepared enough to utilize it. So this year, I am pleasantly and happily ready to report that I will be able to fully take advantage of that this year. And I'm super excited about it. I probably should tell Tim's parents about it. I might mention in passing. I don't know. Because we're celebrating. So my birthday is Saturday. And we're doing a birthday dinner for me with Tim's family. So maybe I'll mention it then. See if they want to come wrap or whatever. But anyway, that is all I have for today. Thanks for chit-chatting with me and letting me catch you up on what's going on in my fairly predictable life. But again, I like it that way. Don't take it the wrong way. I like it that way. And will see you guys next time. Be safe, have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!